Final agenda. Oh, I want to have a call you right back. Hey, besties. What are you doing here?
Audience will know what you actually know.
Oh, okay. Well, come in. Well, we're prepping for Belize's fourth annual Climate Week, 5 days, August 25th to the 29th in Belize City at Caribbean Motors, bringing government, private sector, NGOs, youth, and communities together for climate adaptation and resilience. Usually it is quiet, everyone's in meetings, just me and Josh.
Yes, the e-bus in Belize City will go into Caribbean Motors. Yes, you still have to pay.
Make we just talk in ya. So my job here is actually. Oh, everyone's already in here. Okay, guys. So first things first, I do need to talk about something. Okay, guys, we need to go over every single one of these thematic days because everybody that asked me for an agenda. All right, go.
Trivia Day 1, big prizes thanks to Protected Areas Conservation Trust.
Day 2, forest and agriculture, job work cages for your gears and all that. Day 3 is energy, biodiversity, and water.
Day 4 is NCCO's Day, focusing on women, indigenous groups, and youths.
Day 5 is National Climate Finance Forum, invite only.
Great job, team. Next year we go bigger, we go better.
Yes, Climate Week donuts will match each theme, and that box is doing the giveaway. Yes, okay, bye. Yes, so what I actually do here is
Department of Environment sponsorship meeting.
okay. Sorry, I could please get 30 more minutes.
What does Shania do?
Which one, Shania? Maybe a graphic designer?
No idea what she does, but she does bring snacks.
Sorry, guys. Okay, yes, my job. My job is again. Make I grab the toolbox.
I don't think she's supposed to do that.
No matter what idea, you find yourself at Climate Week from August 25th to the 28th at Caribbean Motors, where we talk about climate action, adaptation, and resilience, what Belize is doing, where our gaps are, and how you can be a part of climate action. All right, it's time for our fact or fiction showdown. COP or CAP. Brought to you by the National Climate Change Office of Belize and Belize Woodmark Design Limited. Let's bust some myths about COP, the big international climate conference. What would you say about COP if you had to say what it is in one sentence?
In one sentence, well, I have to say it means Conference of Parties. It's the one time of the year where countries all over the world get to meet together in one place to discuss the issues that affects all of us.
Climate change. Before we begin, I actually work at the NCCO. And I'm here with Camille Salazar, the Monitoring, Reporting, and Verification Officer at the National Climate Change Office. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what that means?
Sure, that's a really long position for to have as a title, but for short, we just say MRV. For me, my role is to make sure that I coordinate and make sure that Belize is complying with its reporting obligations under the UNFCCC and the Paris Agreement. So we have different reports that we must submit as a country to the convention, to the Paris Agreement, to communicate our different climate actions, our greenhouse gas inventory, so the emissions that we're emitting, and also even on financial support that we may need or even those that we receive.
How did you personally become interested in the field of climate change?
So I started as an intern at the climate change office when I was doing my bachelor's at the University of Belize. And that was my first exposure to the entire climate change field. I mean, I already knew what it was and what were some of the impacts, but seeing firsthand some of the things that Belize needs to do or was already doing actually to address climate change really opened my eyes a lot. And I was given the opportunity to write a chapter in the report as well. So that was really cool to me because this was going to be a report that we would submit to the UNFCCC. So it would be an international document. And it was really cool to see my name as an author in this document.
Myth 1. COP is just a meeting for politicians to make speeches and a waste of government funds.
I love this one because the government doesn't fund us to go to COP.
So that was COP.
Definitely a COP. And I can see how people would assume that and think it's a waste of funds because it's always at these big, fabulous countries. It was in Glasgow, in Dubai, so many different places. But actually, the delegation that goes to COPs rely a lot on international support. So it's not even a guarantee, whereas some other countries know from the beginning of the year that they have a delegation going to these conferences. Belize, unfortunately, doesn't confirm its list maybe until around September in the year when we get confirmations from our different international partners who will be funding us to go to COP.
Myth 2. Belize doesn't need to go to COP because we don't have a carbon footprint.
COP. I mean, it's true. We don't really have a carbon footprint. We are a net zero country. While we do emit emissions from the transport sector, from the energy sector, agriculture sector, because of our forests, the large amount that we have, it removes what we emit. So in reality, our emissions are in the negatives. It's below zero. So we don't emit. We don't have a carbon footprint per se, but we definitely need to be there to make sure that we have our voices heard. Us being a small country, unfortunately, while we don't contribute to it, we are largely affected. We're a vulnerable country to the different impacts of climate change.
Okay, so yeah, that's why we're going there, to fight.
Exactly.
And say, hey, we aren't, we didn't do this, but we're still swimming to school. And myth number 3, the blue zone at COP talks about life in water. The green zone talks about life on land.
That's funny. I like that one. That would have been cool. I can see how people think that, but actually that's another COP. The blue and the green zone just differentiates the different types of activities taking place. So the blue zone is where the formal meetings happen. It's where the negotiations take place. So most of the times when you hear people going to the COP, or they say they're going to the green zone or the blue zone, more likely if you're a negotiator, you're going to the blue zone. The green zone is where there's a lot of side events happening and different pavilions set up by different countries, organizations, and they set up, you could call it like booths, for example, and they promote different activities or initiatives that they're implementing, or even where different countries can visit to get support to bring back home.
It'd be nice if Belizeans could experience what these blue zones and green zones are like, or what COP is really like. I wonder where they could do that.
I wonder where. So we're having our 4th Climate Week, and actually for this year, we're adopting the COP style in Belize. So we're bringing it here, we're bringing it home to our fellow Belizeans, and so you can attend the Climate Week to attend either the blue zone, which is where more formal panels will be happening, presentations, and different organizations representing the different sectors in Belize will be presenting what they're doing to adapt to climate change. The green zone is where we'll have a lot of booths, so we'll have so many fun activities taking place, and anyone is able to come and visit. So thank you guys for having me. I'd like to take this moment to thank our golden sponsors that's making this Climate Week even possible. So that's the Protected Areas Conservation Trust, PAC, the Global Environmental Facility, GEF, United Nations Development Program, UNDP, UNICEF, and even a regional ICAT hub for the Central American region. Thank you so much.